All right, so this is your exit quiz for ionic bonds. So this illustration shows you the electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged sodium Na and chlorine Cl, causing the ionic bond to form. So opposites attract. So when electrons are transferred from atoms, become oppositely charged. So here's the sodium, has one valence electron on the outside. So here's my valence electron. There's one, so it's in group one, and it is transferring it to the chlorine because the chlorine is more electronegative. It pulls and draws this off, so it loses a shell. So loses a shell. So it loses a shell. Now it's happier because it has a full shell. So this is a happier atom. Okay, but now it's positively charged. So it transfers over here. You can see it. And now chlorine is happy as well because it has a full shell. So Na, so this is the Lewis dot. So Na has one electron in the outside shell. Chlorine has 7. So metal and nonmetal. Metal, nonmetal make ionic bonds. So once it loses its electron, so this means yields. Spelled that wrong. So it loses an electron because it's a metal to a nonmetal. And then because of this charge between them, we have this electrostatic. Static, can't fill it out. So which element will lose electrons during the ionic bond? Okay, remember it's the metals that lose. Metal and gain, right? So this will lose 2 electrons to make this turn into 8, right? And then the shell below this is full, so it's happy. Transferring those 2 makes this happy. So you can see. So, and then the electrostatic charge, the +2 and the -2 opposites attract. Now you've got those connected together. So in which directions electrons travel? You can see the sodium transferring the electron to the fluorine. Here's the Bohr atom model. Sodium to the fluorine. Now they're opposite charges. They attract each other. All right, so metals and cations, nonmetals are anions. So ionic bonds between metals and nonmetals. So you can see the atoms on the left, they form positive ions because they want to lose their electrons, and atoms on the right are nonmetals. They want to gain electrons. An ionic compound formed when metals transfer electrons to the nonmetals, resulting in an ion that is attracted to each other through an ionic bond. Electrons are transferred to give the atoms a full set of electrons, usually 8, in the outer levels. Metals are electron donors. A donor, like a blood donor, give up blood. Become positive when you give blood. You feel it's a good thing. Nonmetals want to receive. And again, if you think about blood, you're getting blood that maybe that you had an accident or something, so that's a negative thing. So thinking about that. So in this particular case, will the element form an ionic bond? Mg and O Magnesium is a metal, and oxygen is a nonmetal, so this is a yes. Potassium and gallium. Potassium is in 1 and gallium is in 13. Those are both metals, so no. Carbon and argon. Carbon is in group 14. It's a nonmetal. Argon is also a nonmetal. It's a noble gas, so it doesn't want to make a bond with anything. So no, they don't make an ionic bond. So in this particular case, let's take a look. Metal and nonmetal, yes. Nonmetal and nonmetal, no. Nonmetal and nonmetal, no. Sulfur is a nonmetal and chlorine is nonmetal, no. Hydrogen, they're both nonmetals, no. Calcium and sulfur, yes. Aluminum and nitrogen, yes. All right, perhaps one of the gentlemen would mind telling me just what is so outside that makes you find so attractive. So again, bromine is a girl, let's say, is negatively charged, and sodium is a boy, positively charged. They're really interested to each other. All right, so that's where we're going to stop, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.